Your water, go get your water, Eugene. You've got 0
Go get
minutes.
some water, cause we are live. I'm getting
Go
some
get your
water.
Eugene.
We are live.
Justin's not even here for the phone call.
Welcome to Infendo Radio, the musical.
Welcome to Infendo Radio, episode 588. I think I wasn't listening when Steve said the episode number, so I'm just making an educated guess.
Did you say 588?
I did.
Or did you sing 588 is what I meant to
Take
say.
your pick. Welcome back, Eugene. Welcome to the show, Eugene.
I heard Lucas, but I didn't hear Steve. That was your cue. You gotta start singing.
We'll just dub Steve.
Oh my god, I can't do this. I can't do this.
Now it's a rave, now it's a funky rave, now we're in hell with the devil himself.
I've got lights too, here we go. It's time to rave with the best of them, here we go.
I can't change the here we go, now I'm underwater. And I have a fish mask, here we go. You've all seen this, you've all watched my videos, you know what this is.
Oh my god, my glasses are fogging up. I hate you both.
Hello, live stream. If we have any watch, oh no, oh no, seeing it like live in person is that's scary.
You should see it when I pull out a knife.
So are we gonna call you Blucas?
I mean, you can call me Blucas if you want. Wouldn't be the first time. Won't be the last.
What do I need right now? I got that. I guess I should get the Twitch chat. If there are any Twitch chatters.
We do. We have Hellhounds. Welcome, Hellhound.
Where the heck is Justin? We're 2 minutes late now.
Where is he? We gotta go.
Something. Start the show.
Well, if I could, I would right now. But I'm trying to log into Twitch. I need a fucking token. Remember for 30 days.
I know something that rhymes with Twitch.
Ditch.
Yeah, that's it.
Steve,
Mitch.
if you're not going to sing in Sing Song, then don't sing song at all.
This is a singing house. And then he's gone. Well, thank you all for watching this special musical episode of Infendo Radio. We will be back next week with another episode. Maybe something about video games.
Maybe. If we're feeling squirrely. 3310. There is the Rathalos from Steve.
Look at a Rathalos, that's a Magnum Malo.
I
Don't
was
be a
waiting for
loser.
somebody to correct me.
Don't be so stupid on the air.
Stupid is as stupid does. I don't know.
Oh, God. Come on, Justin. Hurry up, bud.
Oh, there he fucking is.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there he
Marina solo.
fucking is.
Apparently my microphone turned itself back on.
Oh,
So that's weird.
I hear no ocarina.
I have an ocarina.
Is it like a dog whistle? 'Cause I can't hear shit.
It was
I think
3D
his noise
printed.
gate kicked in.
That's a little worrisome then. Maybe my microphone really good at canceling it.
Yeah, I think Steve's right, though. It's probably the noise gate. Anyways, we're all here. I think we're ready to rock and roll, right?
I'm good. I'm still recording.
Let me
Justin,
just make...
I'm going to call on you to introduce the topic. At the top
Oh,
of the
never
show.
mind. I'm not still recording.
Oh, so we need to sync up again. Sync up again.
Well, hang on. The record button
hang
is
on.
the record button is still on, but nothing's moving. I don't know. I'm just gonna start this from scratch.
We've
Hang
been
on.
doing this for 5 years, but we still suck at it like
Well,
we're new.
This is not my fault. The dog waited until 2 minutes before show start to decide to ask to go out to poop, which I've been taking her outside to do for like 6 hours, and she
You
hasn't
would
done.
think we'd be a well-oiled machine, but we're really not.
That was
Well,
that
get
was
a
a really
dog.
shitty. That was a really shitty story.
God. I have.
So Justin, as I was
Go.
saying, I'm going to call on
All
you.
right,
at the
I'm
top of the
recording
sh-
again.
I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to do it then.
Just do it, Lucas. Just do it.
Justin, this is for you. In 3, 2, 1.
It shouldn't
What?
be too difficult to find, but it was 14 seconds.
Justin 14. If you want to give me both parts, that's fine. Otherwise, part 2 would be sufficient.
There is no other part. It just crashed.
Oh, well. Well, then I'll take what I can get, I suppose. Let's start the music. Let me level it out real quick.
Da-da-da-da.
You guys can hear this. God damn it.
Loud and clear.
You guys can hear Lucas.
Enjoying this 100% pre-recorded episode
Yeah?
of Infendo Radio. You'll
We're good?
absolutely love the live stream.
Okay, cool.
Sorry,
It
that
actually sounds
wasn't for
perfect.
you.
It's like the first time it's ever been perfect. And yes,
On take 1, I was like, yeah, come on, give up, down, give me something, guys. But it's good.
Yeah, no, I thought the show was officially started.
Yes,
God, I
Pikmin.
look so fat in this position.
okay, we all look fat.
My face
Thank you,
definitely
COVID.
looks fat. Anyways, here we go.
Enjoying this 100% pre-recorded episode of Infendo Radio. You'll absolutely love the live stream. Head on over to twitch.tv/Infendo Radio. Thursday nights at 9:30 Eastern. 7:30, who gives a crap time.
We put the donkey in Donkey Kong. Infendo Radio is on now.
Okay.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Infendo Radio. This is episode 588, if you can believe it. We're here. We feel old as heck. We've been doing this show for 15, 16 years now, you know? It takes a toll on us. I am joined by all three of my lovely co-hosts, as always. I am Lucas, for those of you who have never listened to this show before. Hello and welcome. I am joined by Eugene, who has been here longer than any of us. Eugene, how are you
Much.
doing tonight?
I am doing fine. It's a fine night to podcast, I must say. Yeah, it's
Eugene is from Infendo 1.0, isn't he?
No. At
No,
least
Eugene's like
3.0.
like 300 and something, I think, was your first episode.
Yeah,
if I remember
at least
right.
3.0. But yeah, I'm doing good. You can find me there, infendo.com. So yeah.
Go check that out. I'm also joined by Justin, who was kind enough to already make himself known. So Justin, how you doing? And where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter at InfendoJustin. You can also go to thedisneyparkbench.com and read my newest blog. And I'm not sure if this is before or after the last podcast we recorded, but there's also episode 2 of the podcast. And I am doing okay now that my dog has finally settled down. She is the reason we are late tonight.
It's usually dogs, if not babies.
Yeah.
I'm also joined by the person who I'm joined with so often at this point I'm convinced
Speaking
he's a
of
demon
babies,
who's haunting my every waking moment. Steve, how are you doing, my precious familiar?
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know who you are. This is my first time ever talking to you. And if you think the three of us are always here with you, you have not been around the last year, my friend. I think this is maybe the third time we pulled this off since 2020.
Yeah, honestly, we've come and we've gone. We just got bits, I believe. I heard the sound effect, I think. Eugene, can you confirm? Can you confirm without
more
being
audibly?
muted?
There was a follow, I believe. I'm gonna have to scroll back through the feed and confirm. But yeah, thank you for that.
If I had to guess, it's from Da Nintendo Explorer. Thank you.
Well, we thank you,
Duh.
whoever you are. We're bad at doing live shows, but we're good at doing produced ones. And
We
tonight
actually
is-
have a raid, I guess. I don't know how that works. Or somebody's hosting our stream, I guess. So yeah, Fat
Well,
Sack
how
Fails.
about-
That name
Thank-
sounds familiar. Thank you, Fat Sack Fails.
Thank you, Fat Sack. And how you doing, buddy? Long
That does
time
sound
no speak.
familiar.
Long time no see.
So anyway, ex coworker of ours, good friend of the family. We have a show for you tonight, and we have a topic for you tonight that we're going to discuss. We're going to try to get back into the habit of discussing things other than just the games we've been playing and things about video games. And Justin, since you were the one who actually decided on this idea, I think it would be only fitting that you tell us what our topic of discussion is for tonight. Would you do that for me, my good chap?
I will in just a moment.
Excellent. I will stand here and wait, and Eugene will cut all of this out in the produced show.
Should we start singing again?
I'm sitting here waiting for Justin to have a conversation with his wife. Gonna be a good one, gonna be a great one, gonna be the best one of his life. Oh, baby, baby, give it to me, baby. You know I need your loving like summer rain. Oh, baby, baby. Hey, you good? You good?
Yeah, I'm here. Okay,
all right, let's pretend none of that happened. Eugene, set a time for when
I will gladly pretend none of that happened because I don't know what any of that was. All right, so I was thinking over the past week or so about demos, mostly because I played a very convincing demo of Immortals Phoenix Rising a couple of weeks ago, a game that was on my radar but I couldn't quite commit to. And after playing it, I decided to, dump a few Nintendo points into it and get the full game. I don't normally do that. I normally download demos, and I may or may not play the demo itself. And I know there's been a lot of talk about how, Nintendo doesn't release demos, and, demos are, less common nowadays, and companies sometimes don't like releasing demos because then people download the demo, they play the demo, and they don't buy the game. But on the same token, I remember, I have no idea how many years ago. It was more than 20 years ago. This game came out probably almost 25 years ago. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater.
Oh yeah, I know exactly what you're gonna say.
That was a game that never would have been on my radar. Like, I'm not a sports person. I've never been a skateboarding person. But I don't know whether there's a magazine or something came with a demo of Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
Can we talk about that for a second? Because I actually wanted to bring that up in this discussion. The PlayStation official magazine used to have these demo discs. I only know about this because I watched this YouTuber Cat Icarus, who I really like, who was obsessed with collecting these. There were 30 or 40 of them, and they were just all of these demos of PlayStation.
I had one, and one of them had a cheat code to watch a Korn music video.
I played Twisted Metal 2, I believe, on a demo disc until the demo disc didn't work anymore, basically.
Yeah, PlayStation was really kind of the genesis of the. That's probably a confusing choice of words. The pioneer of the demo discs,
a master system,
consoles.
If you will, a game cube of influence.
Right. This introduction is going well. But yeah. So yeah, I played the demo for Tony Hawk Pro Skater and ended up getting such a fan of it that I bought the next 4 games in the franchise. So I was wondering what everybody else's experience with demos are, and if you think, as the topic suggested was named, do demos sell games?
So I'll dive in because
I want to hear yours first, and I'm going to counter you.
I'm feeling chatty. So Monster Hunter Rise is a game that Steve and I have put just a little bit of time into this week.
What?
And actually, the demo, I knew I wanted this game. I knew I was going to buy it, so it didn't influence my buying decision. But it did put me at ease and tell me that yes, I was going to enjoy this game, because this was the first game on the Switch, on our systems, that was built in the new engine, built in I believe the same engine as World, actually. If not, at least built to similar specs compared to the old games. So a lot has changed. And we were both going in excited, but also nervous. And I put 15 hours into that demo. I played a lot of that demo. So in that case, the demo absolutely sold me. I went into this game knowing I was going to love it. But I have picked up a lot of demos. If I see that a game has a demo, I usually download it just to try it out. I did that with to its detriment, Balan Wonderworld, right? Yeah, I played the demo of that, and I was really excited for that game. Yuji Naka directed it. It had a lot of
the Sonic guy.
Yeah, it's the Sonic guy, the Sonic Adventure guy specifically. So I was pretty excited for it, but it's got some pretty glaring flaws. Specifically, ironically, the movement speed. The character moves like crazy slow. So that game kind of told me that demo told me that I didn't want to buy that game. But I respect games that put out a demo either before or after the game releases, right? Because you can lie on an eShop. I've seen games that don't show screenshots, or they show like promotional art as the screenshots. I've seen descriptions that fluff the game up and make it sound better. We had a whole game about that we used to do on the show, right? Bad game descriptions. You can't really lie in a demo. You can show a person a good portion of the game and make them think it's just the beginning, but when you play a demo, you're experiencing what the game is going to be. So I always tend to trust games that have demos a little bit more.
I was going to say, you can lie in a demo, because I do remember the Force Unleashed demo got a lot of flack for being an early level of the game, but showcasing abilities you don't get until more than halfway through it. So
I get that. But honestly, to me, that's a little bit different, because it's all still in the game. They're just mashing things together to give you an experience, maybe easy level, all the abilities kind of stuff. In fact, Monster Hunter did a little bit of that.
I was going to say, they did that in Monster Hunter Rise. You got access to gear that you wouldn't have had in that early of
Not only that, in Monster Hunter Rise, we're going to be talking about this during Change the System, so we won't eat it up. But in Monster Hunter Rise, as far as I can tell, you can only have 3 wire bugs at a time. In the demo, I had 4 at a time, so I don't know what's up with that. But so there's little like things there, but no, I tend to really go by a demo. A demo can be a real seller for me, but your game has to be good, right? If your game is bad, I'm not gonna buy it. So it's kind of the final test, as it were. I wish all games had demos.
Interestingly, though, a demo can also unsell a game for somebody.
Balan Wonderworld.
Right. Back on the days of the 3DS, I wanted another game that utilized the what was that thing called? The little nub. I don't even know the proper name.
The little
yellow
extra
nub.
camera. The one that for me was broken since I got the system.
The C-stick,
The nub.
How could we forget?
The little nub.
So I was looking for another game, and I had heard that Monster Hunter used it. So I downloaded the Monster Hunter 4 demo. Had never played a Monster Hunter before this point. This is before my days at Infendo. And I downloaded it, had no idea what the hell was going on in the demo, because it did such a crap job of explaining anything to you. Those Monster Hunter demos are built for Monster Hunter players.
Dude, you reminded me. My first experience with Monster Hunter. My first experience was I played an arena match at my friend Cody and Corey's house on the Wii in Monster Hunter Tri. I didn't really know what I was doing. My first real experience with it was in college, downloading the demo for Monster Hunter Tri Ultimate. And I didn't know what I was doing either. I was completely confused. So it took Mike getting me on and playing like 60 hours with him to even understand what the game was. So I
remember
Which
telling
is
my
probably
wife
why
that
I
day.
dropped off of it so quickly.
Yeah,
I remember
you need a
telling my
shepherd
wife
for that game.
Yeah, I told her, I'm like, I'm never playing this game again. This is stupid. And then a year or two later, I meet you guys, and my wife's like, why in the hell are you buying Monster Hunter? You said you'd never play that. Well, but now I have people that'll teach me, and it's kind of fun.
Right.
So said he'd never play Pokemon Sword and Shield.
This man's
Also
a liar is
true.
what we're saying.
You're not wrong. So just as well as it can sell a game, it can unsell you a game just as fast.
Totally.
Absolutely.
That's definitely true. Yeah, the only time that, and kind of bringing this back to Nintendo, because I can't really think of Nintendo ever releasing a demo aside from a not really demo back on the GameCube, because I think you actually had to pre-order the game to get the Zelda Collector's Edition that had like a had like a 5-minute demo, 10-minute demo of like Wind Waker.
I can't remember
or
what was on it, but I still have that disc.
It wasn't.
I can
it wasn't
think of
an actual...
two other demos. The global test punch and the global splat fest.
Also very true.
Yeah.
It wasn't the Wind Waker thing. It wasn't actually a demo of the game. It was like a video preview. At least the
think
one
you
I
might
got.
be right about that, actually.
No,
Yeah.
the one that I had let you
Oh.
play a stealth dungeon. It let you play a regular dungeon, and I can't remember what the third mission was. Oh, it was sailing.
I think didn't that come with? I think that came with Mario Kart Double Dash, if I'm not mistaken.
Actually,
So-
yeah, I think you're right about that. I think it was like, was it a pre-order bonus or was something like that?
Well,
can't-
mine
I
was-
have a
mine
demo
was-
disc that came with Double Dash, and I have
I'm gonna look
the
this up.
collector's edition
My-
disc that came with
That was the
The
one I
one,
played.
the
was
one,
the
the
collector's.
one I'm talking about was it was with Master Quest on the GameCube when you got
Yeah,
Ocarina
that
of
was-
Time Master
Wow.
Quest. But you reminded me, my friends again, Cody and Corey. They had a demo disc that I don't know where they got it, but it was for the GameCube, and it had a bunch of like Sega games on it. And I remember the two that we always played was it had like the first level of Beautiful Joe. Always wanted that game, never got it, but it had Beautiful Joe, and it had Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg. And I remember playing the demo for that and being like, I got to get this game, you know? So
Oh,
yeah.
okay. So the collector's, it's the same one that I'm thinking of, Steve.
the one that came with Zelda 1, Zelda 2. And
It came with
the
Zelda 1,
N64
Zelda
ones.
2, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, and a 20-minute playable demo of Wind Waker, which includes scenarios for Dungeon, Stealth, and Island. Good memory,
cool.
Steve.
I was
So it was-
close. 2 out of 3.
So it probably had the first dungeon, the Forsaken Fortress. with all
I
the-
think
Yeah,
so.
I
It
think
was-
so.
it
mentioned
was Forsaken
stealth, and it's
Fortress.
like,
And then the dungeon was it's Dragon Roost. That one.
cool.
I still have that disc somewhere. I might have to pull it out one of these days and confirm.
I know exactly where mine is.
So I remember how I got it, actually, now that it was by getting a
remember too.
subscription to Nintendo Power, or it came bundled with new GameCubes for a while.
Yes,
Yes,
mine
that's
was
right.
the Costco bundle. That's how I got mine.
Man.
Same way I got my banana yellow N64 controller, but that's
Or you can get
another
it by
story.
registering 2 or more GameCubes of either, because remember they had the codes in them,
Yeah.
of Double Dash, Mario Party 5, because I actually remember going into like GameStop and taking the codes, so I got a couple of... Anyways,
I can one-up
let's go
you.
on
When
back to
pe-
demos before I get incarcerated.
Well, I know we're kind of tangenting a little bit here, but I really do miss like that I feel like it peaked
do
for me
too.
in like the Nintendo DS era, like GameCube DS.
Oh
where
yeah,
it's
I
like-
remember going to McDonald's and downloading
Yes.
demos.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and or like, you know, like you open your game and there's another cartridge in there, and
Right.
it's like a demo for like Nintendogs, or you know,
Right.
like I miss that. Like I wish that when I bought like, you know, Monster Hunter Rise, I got like a little extra Switch cartridge that had data for Monster Hunter Stories too, and I could like
Face
play that,
Raiders,
you know.
guys. Come on,
Oh,
Face
dude,
Raiders.
yeah.
And the little AR
Yeah.
cards.
But yeah, no, in my opinion, like really, a demo is never a bad thing, you know, because it either helps you avoid a bad game or it helps you buy a good game. And when you're too poor or too young or whatever the case may be to get all the games you want, it's a nice way to get a little extra game, you know, like.
I can't tell you
wanna
how many
say-
times I played that hangar level in Tony Hawk.
I want to say there was some
Sure.
kind of demo about oh, you know what it was? I'm pretty sure Pikmin had, am I remembering this backwards? Pikmin and Wario. What was the Wario game on the GameCube? Wario
World.
Wario World, yeah.
Those two games were tied somehow. Either Pikmin had like a demo video for Wario World, or Wario World had like a demo video for Pikmin. But like those things were all interchangeable back in the day on like the GameCube. And I remember booting up specific games and watching trailers for other
Right,
games
yeah.
like coming soon. Like you'd boot up Luigi's Mansion and there'd be like a Pikmin, you know, video in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was so cool
just-
about Smash. Remember, there was like videos and
Yes.
demos at some
Well-
point, even of
Oh
other
yeah,
games.
you could
Well,
play
and-
30 seconds of Super Mario Brothers.
Well,
Yeah.
and Smash was what got me so interested in Animal Crossing, because I remember when Melee came out, there were these trophies for Animal Crossing characters you could unlock, and it was like untitled Japanese Nintendo game 2001, and I was
Right.
like it hadn't even come stateside yet, you know. So like, yeah, no, I feel like and maybe it's just like a product of our generation. Maybe we're just different than like kids nowadays. Maybe kids just want to download like a demo from the eShop, but I feel like they were really smart at like marketing back then, and they've kind of lost a step there, you know?
Well, look at the Prime Hunters demo. It was bundled with the original DS.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
cool.
yeah.
And then didn't come out for 4 years.
Oh yeah.
But I bought it the day one because I remember
And-
that demo.
No,
That's
I
for
was-
sure.
I used to-
Completely different.
Yeah,
I used
same.
to play that game. Oh, same. That's the only Metroid
Same.
Prime I've ever finished. Like, yeah.
Mhm.
Well, I think that kind of wraps us up, and our friendly host has frozen, so maybe we'll take a quick break and come back at the end of it with change the system and the question block. Quick break.
Quick break.
Steal the codes whenever somebody traded them in and cash in the Nintendo coins.
Wait, we're still talking. We're talking about things that are getting us in trouble, guys. We're back.
Oh.
They're all a bunch of dirty thieves. Also, fun fact, I'm the only Infendo co-host who didn't work at GameStop. You probably
Or steal
already knew
things.
that. Yeah, or steal. I'm also the only Infendo
Eugene.
co-host
They weren't
who has-
stolen.
who I
It's
don't
not
believe
stealing.
has ever stolen anything.
You were just making sure that people didn't get stuff they weren't paying for by taking stuff that you didn't pay for.
Wow.
Is that really stealing?
All right, let's
And we're back.
let's go to the next track. I think this is the track we were just on. Forest of Hope. Let's go to this one.
And Fat Zach has called us criminal scum.
Oh, this is the Forest
He's
Navel,
not
isn't
wrong.
it? I like this song.
Yep, the Forest Navel. It's a good name too.
This is a very criminal, scummy song.
Down.
Let's go with Steve. How does this sound?
So I get bored at work sometimes. When I do,
Music's
I head
so
over
loud.
to twitch.tv/Infendo Radio and get caught up on last week's episode. One of these days, that's going to
So
get
I
me
get
in
bored at
trouble,
work
but it
sometimes.
sounded lovely.
Yeah,
when
the
I
music,
do, I head over to twitch.tv/Infendo
the music's a little too loud.
Radio and get caught
Better
up on
now?
last
Actually, the
week's
music's
episode.
a lot too loud.
One more time, try it.
Let me see if I can turn Steve up a little bit.
Easy.
How about
Family-friendly show.
Said up,
So I
not
get bored
on.
at work sometimes. When I
That
do,
sounds
I
good.
head over to
Perfect. Better?
twitch.tv/Infendo
Yep.
Radio and get...
Okay. I'm
Shut
glad
up,
we
Steve.
leveled it. Back. Oh, I forgot
Steve,
to put a
we'll
note that we were
go.
gone.
We'll go last. Okay.
Yeah. Sometimes I get bored at work.
Don't start with me, Steve. and
I get bored at work
here we go.
sometimes.
So I get bored at work sometimes. When I do, I head over to twitch.tv/Infendo Radio and get caught up on last week's episode.
So do I, buddy. So do I. Welcome back to Infendo Radio. We continued our discussion in our private room that we go to when we take little breaks here and there. Some of us may have confessed to
It
stealing
smells in there.
things, but we're back and we're going to talk about the games we've been playing. We're going to let Eugene and Justin go first out of the mercy in our hearts because Steve and I got some Monster Hunter. In fact, we have so much Monster Hunter to talk about, we couldn't condense it into one episode. And we have a special Monster Hunter episode that should be coming out very, very soon. So go check that out when it launches. But in the meantime, Eugene, I guess, what you been up to?
Yeah, not Monster Hunter, that's for sure. I have not been playing. I haven't been playing a whole lot of games, as you can imagine. I have been playing a whole lot of Breath of the Wild, as I'm sure you've seen me pop into playing on in your various Monster Hunter sessions, because I was playing Breath of the Wild kind of late over the weekend, and then I saw Steve pop on, and I was like, Steven, my dude. And then I saw Lucas pop on, and I was like, Lucas, it's really late where you're at. So like, but yeah,
we had these conversations at work about how it's like I come in exhausted, and people are like, "Oh, were you up late?" And I was like, "No later than usual, 4 a.m."
Yeah, so I was just but we're not talking about Monster Hunter yet. We're talking about the games I've been playing, and Breath of the Wild's fun. Man, there's just a lot of stuff that I feel like I thoroughly explored that game and that world, but like I keep going back and finding new crap, like it's go.
Can I break in? I know I've said this 1,000 times, but I was talking to Steve about this last week, and we've kind of found something similar in Monster Hunter because of how like the exploration is set out in this game. But I'm genuinely jealous of the two of you because you're able to dive into Breath of the Wild and like still be like wonderstruck by the environment. Like I want that, but I can't get it, dude.
I've
on
not
those
even
rare
had the
occasions.
desire. Go ahead,
Steve.
Oh.
God damn it.
One of you go.
It's funny because I went months without playing Breath of the Wild, and then I booted it up just on a whim and got hooked on it again. Like, I don't know what it is. Just there's something about it that keeps pulling me back in, which is, why I got this other game I'll talk about later.
And since I stopped playing it, I've not had the desire to play it a second time.
If I was
think I would, but then I did.
If I was a paranoid guy who spent the last year in complete isolation for some reason and lost all touch with the outside world, I'd say you were playing it just to spite me because I don't like it. But I know that's not the case. Like you just genuinely enjoy this game.
I do. I really do. And I know Justin does because I see him pop onto Breath of the Wild all the time also. But I don't know.
So have you been doing anything like interesting or just kind of like wandering aimlessly?
Literally just wandering. So I'll turn on my map and then I'll put the little, the squiggly liney thing, whatever it's called, I forget. And then I'll just go somewhere where I haven't been, and then
You might be another good candidate for Immortals Phoenix Rising then. And I'm sure Justin's going to talk about that a little bit, but it's very similar. Very similar.
It amazes me how often I stumble into a place that either I've never been or vaguely remember visiting once years ago, but never fully explored.
Right. I do wish, and I'm sure this is Lucas's probably, complaint. I wish the reward was more than like, a sword that's going to break or something in a little bit.
It'd be nice to stumble into like a grove and find a heart container that you didn't already have. Or
that would be cool. Yeah.
A special bow that you could keep forever that wouldn't, that would do something different. Like a bow you could control the arrows or, stuff like that. That's where a lot of my stuff comes in, is that gamification part. But
yeah, totally. Like, especially when you fight like a golden enemy and it's like hard as hell because it's master mode and they keep regenerating and their buddies keep shooting you with arrows from afar. Like, and then you end up winning. Like, it's really rewarding to win that battle, but the reward at the end is just like not.
Yeah, you get some ore. Yippee-ki-yay.
Possibly unpopular opinion, I think Breath of the Wild is better in normal mode. Master mode was a fun like one-time challenge, but when you want to just play the game just to like wander like you're doing, which I think is how most people play it at this point, either that or they post videos of them like breaking the game on YouTube for kicks. I just feel like I'd rather just play the game and just fight enemies normally than have to go through the extra burden of my weapons keep breaking and that gold bokoblin takes like 80 hits because he keeps healing. It's more frustrating. It's not more fun, more challenging. So
yeah, like now that I've gotten over the initial challenge of starting out and being totally overpowered. I will admit, like, Master Mode does kind of have, it's more frustrating than it is fun now. But I haven't fought Ganon yet, so maybe that'll be a whole new fun challenge.
You want
Sure.
a fun challenge? Do that Deku Tree thing. in
No,
Master Mode.
don't.
Oh,
I couldn't
Don't.
get through it.
Oh, the
I tried
Where
once.
you
one
have
that recharges
limited,
your
where you
sword.
have limited weapons.
Yeah.
I made it to like floor 14.
No, thank you.
The Lizalfos kept going in the water and healing. I lost everything. So.
I couldn't do it in regular mode.
Yeah, it's
me
hard.
neither.
It's hard in regular mode too. Yeah. So, moving on from Breath of the Wild, I have also been playing another old ass game in Pokemon Go. But they're doing a good rotation in the raids. I think I did a raid with both you, Steve, and you, Lucas, the other night. So that was kind of fun.
And I'm sorry I missed the last 2 raids I got invited to. I really am.
That's okay.
Here,
That's
here
all
I
right.
complain that you don't invite me, and then I don't join.
Well, raiding in Pokemon Go is fun again because of the rotation one, but because I can invite you guys to the raid, and it's kind of hit or miss because sometimes Lucas can't get in when I invite him, and I can't get in when he invites me. So that's frustrating, but it's still fun to send out a Discord message and see you guys in the raid, see your little avatars. I like to see what little hat you got going on these days.
Gotta change up my look. I've been rocking the same red outfit since they did the Kanto event.
God, you got to put a Magikarp hat on or something, man.
I think I claimed my my Pikachu outfit from having Let's Go, and I haven't changed since.
Sure.
I've got the
But
ears.
other than that, game-wise, nothing. Trying to play the game of life. That's about it.
Ugh, that game sucks, dude.
Does.
Yeah, it does.
Does.
Justin, what have you been doing?
Well,
He asked innocently.
as I alluded to earlier, I did end up breaking down and purchasing Immortals Phoenix Rising while it was on a 50% sale. And so I haven't, what's weird about it is I got it because, everybody says, oh, it's a lot like Breath of the Wild, but not quite. And I played the demo of it and got a feel for the movement and exploration and combat, and I liked it. The beginning of the game, now granted, I only have played a few hours of it, if that. The beginning of the game is very linear. It's very much here, go to this place and get this thing, go to that place and that. Even more linear than the Great Plateau is in Breath of the Wild. It's very much a Ubisoft game where you have to follow all the story beats before you get to the open world, and then it becomes, go anywhere, do anything. So I haven't gotten to the go anywhere, do anything section yet. So my interest in it is, not all that big, but it is fun. It's funny. So it's one of those games where I almost wish the voice acting is so good, but I almost wish that it wasn't voice acted because I would like to play it without the sound on while I'm watching TV, but I feel like I'd miss out because basically you're playing as this character and Zeus and Prometheus are telling the story of this character, and they are bickering the entire time. Prometheus is trying to tell the story as it actually happened, or is happening, as it were, and Zeus is constantly interjecting with non sequiturs, and
Zeus is the best.
yeah, it's somebody compared it to a sportscaster where you have one that gives you all the details and the descriptions, and the other one's color commentary, but it's more like the commentators in
Mad World.
Mad World, where it's just complete nonsense most of the time, and they're hilarious. Phoenix, it's weird that Phoenix has dialogue because I'm so used to the nameless, faceless avatar character that's in a lot of these open world games, including Zelda.
I don't like the female voice actor. I don't know about the guy. I didn't play as a guy, but the female voice actor is not good.
Well, what's nice is I don't know if you can change your character. I think you can change your character after you've created them. So you can give the female character the male voice if you want to. I'm
Interesting.
playing as female Phoenix. That's the one that was in the demo. That's the one that was in all like
Box
the previews and everything.
art.
Yeah, like it just seems to me like Phoenix should be a girl,
That's
so
how
I'm
I
playing
felt.
as her.
That's how I felt.
But yeah, the accent's weird because it's not a Greek accent.
It's like someone trying to do like a Greek accent.
Yeah, it's not an English accent. It's not an American accent. It's some weird thing. So yeah, I'm not. But yeah, there's a lot of dialogue in it. There are a lot of cutscenes in it. So it's a little bit different than Breath of the Wild in that respect. But like it's colorful. There's lots of wavy grass and hills everywhere. You've got a glider thing. You climb a lot of stuff. There's a stamina meter. There are puzzles to solve. There are shrine-like puzzle areas that you have to explore. Like, I think it's going to hit that mark just enough to get me through to the next Zelda game. Or whatever the next big thing. And it's nice to know that Ubisoft is finally bringing, or anyone for that matter, is finally bringing an open world game to the Switch. Because, I mean, we did get Skyrim, we did get Outer Worlds, and we did get The Witcher 3 by some miracle. But for the most part, like, this system that it should be perfect for these open world games and launched with one of the biggest open world games ever made has not gotten very many of them. Like, even if they want to port, we've gotten a few ports. We got the Saints Row games. We got Red Faction. So, I mean, we get a few of them here and there, and I wouldn't mind, like, ports of old open world games. But, yeah, I mean, this is scratching that itch right now, and I can't wait to dive more into it. One thing that I am excited about, I've added Immortals for the Xbox One to my wish list, and I'm waiting for a sale on that because there is cross save compatibility.
That's cool.
You can
Nice.
upload your save to the Ubisoft cloud and download it to another version of the game. So I'm assuming, I'm going to do more research before I spend money on it, but I'm assuming that means that if I'm playing, in bed or on the couch, I can play on the Switch. But if I want to play on the big screen, I don't have to have the graphically compromised version. I might be able to play it on Xbox One. If I'm wrong, somebody please comment and let me know. But so yeah, that's pretty much, aside from like the standard, Mortal Kombat, Animal Crossing, a little bit of what's the Clubhouse games on the Switch, those things. Immortals has really been the big one lately. It's funny, y'all are getting into this big multiplayer online game with each other, and me, I'm diving into another single player exploration game. So
well, speaking
that
of,
I have no friends.
Speaking of, I guess, Steve, do you think we can talk about everything Monster Hunter in 8 minutes so we don't go too far over and we can do question block? Can we make that happen?
If Eugene can set a timer, I bet we can make that happen.
Oh, boy.
Do you still have your timer?
Tell you what, Eugene, at
I could set one.
at 8:20, just chime away with one of your pre-canned noises, and
I can manage that. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's go, man. What do you want to say? What do you want to do?
Oh wow. So you alluded to, how many hours have you put in?
Like 60.
I want you
And
guys
I'm
to
at
talk
40.
about day one.
Okay.
I know that you guys did a Monster Hunter podcast, but I just want to know about like first impressions.
We hooked up.
Oh,
We
okay.
hooked up.
When you
It was
first
kind of a mess at the beginning because Steve
Yeah.
was running around looking for his amiibo that he pre-ordered. He was
Which
looking for his
GameStop shit the bed on?
He was
Pardon
looking
my
for his
Oh, no.
controller, which he eventually managed to buy on Amazon.
Yeah, real quick. I've got.
Remember, we have 7 minutes left.
I know. So real quick, I was looking for a controller. I went to Target. They didn't get their stuff in. I went to GameStop. They didn't get their stuff in. So I was like, okay, I guess I'm not getting it. Well, then I got a message from Slacker that some had gone online at the Nintendo store. I jumped on. I couldn't get it. So then about an hour later, Lucas and I had finally started hunting. I get a call from EP Knothead. He's like, it's in my cart. Do you want me to push buy? And I'm like, where? Amazon has it. I'm like, hang on. So I'm getting on my phone, I'm pushing the buttons, and I hit click, and I got one. It was here on Monday.
Long story short, we played until 4 a.m. my time. I think at
literally
the end of
all
our
day on Friday.
at the end of our first hour, like we had the game for about 18 hours. We had put about 11 into it. Like,
Right.
it was just all
Yeah,
day.
it was.
Monster
We
Hunter.
thought it was going to launch at midnight. It didn't. We went to bed.
It's intense.
It's
and
all
we
it's
started that.
It's
all
intense.
I've been doing, dude. Like as
So,
soon
and
as
then
I'm
this-
free, it's all
This
I've been
guy,
doing.
what does he do? He's like, oh, Steve's got a cat. I'm gonna get a cat. So he gets a cat. He
I get a
chooses
better
gathering cat. And I'm like, well, I want one now. So I spent the next 4 hours. I got 2.
Yeah, and he's actually got the better combo of things. But dude, there's so much to talk about. There's so like the
So
game has
the other thing that we need to mention is the open world part.
That's what I was just gonna say. The game has
Okay.
this open world element to it. You can jump places, you can climb. There's things to explore. It's so much more like, and we mentioned this on the other episode that we're gonna do, but it's so much more like living and breathing than the past games, which were just kind of like go from point A to point B and hit something for 50 minutes. Now it's like hop up a mountain and see if you can get a power up that'll help you do this thing you're trying to do, and then dive down the mountain and jump onto the monster, and it's God.
Well, and I found this thing where I'm riding around on my dog.
Yeah.
And I jump off and I activate my demon blades. And by the time I get down on the monster, I've like got half a bar of demon energy. And then I just keep wailing on the monster. It's so much fun.
Gotta get your demon energy, man. I do have a couple of gripes that I want to talk about, because this wouldn't be Infendo Radio if I
What
was
the hell are you griping about?
I've got a couple gripes now that I'm 60 hours in. I thought, and I could be in the minority here. I thought that the hub or the village quests were too easy. I was playing the village quests, and I just kind of like even like I have like a 130 longsword, and I'm like breezing through them in like 5 minutes. I was thinking, oh God, is this game easy? Then I started doing high rank hunts online, and I was like, no, it's still hard.
Well, but remember, you were going into it with online gear.
That's true too.
Most people play it the opposite way we do.
My biggest gripe is that even in high rank, you always start out at base camp, you always have a map by default, and you can see where every monster is on the map, and you can see their status, so you immediately know when they're capturable. I miss going into a map and not knowing where you're going, and finding the monster and navigating your way through and not knowing where he's going to be, and then having to paintball him in order to keep track of him, or having a palico like you used to play as, Steve. So what I've actually been doing to make high rank a little more interesting when I play by myself,
you turned the map off, didn't you?
I turned the map off in the HUD. So now when I play the game, I put on my headphones and I dive into the world. And it's like I have to hunt an Arzuros, right? Like I'm hunting the bear monster. So I'm walking around and I'm jumping on mountains and I'm looking around. And if I don't see him, I go to another area and I look around. I think, okay, where does Arzuros like to spawn? Like the water area, the area with all the buildings and stuff. So that's where I'll explore. Then I start to like hear like the sound of a large monster. So I'm like tracking the monster through the trees. I'll find like an Arzuros piece on the ground and I give chase, and it's fun, dude. Like it adds.
You take this to a whole different level.
It adds a whole nother level of like old school Monster Hunter to it. So that's become my new thing. When I play, like when I play with you, when I play with other people, or if I'm doing like an urgent quest or something important, obviously, turn on the map. It's always just a pause button away, because you can always pull up the map from the pause menu. But I like to have it off in the hub now. It makes it a little bit more interesting.
That's fair.
When the monster flies away, it's like, where should I go? Where should I follow?
That's kind of how I play Breath of the Wild. In Master Mode, I put on the whatever they call it, the Pro HUD, where you basically have your hearts. And that's it. You don't know what the weather's going to be. You don't know what direction you're facing necessarily.
I actually never played with anything but the Pro HUD in Breath of the Wild, and I prefer it. I don't like having all that data. I like things to feel kind of organic and natural,
Not me. I'm a data person. That map that's in that corner, that's my
I'm amazed you don't play with the numbers on to tell you how much damage you're dealing.
No, you can even change stuff like that? Oh, that's cool.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there's so much.
I don't like the numbers. It doesn't feel as clean as a regular Monster Hunter game.
There is this part of me that's afraid that this is going to be the last Monster Hunter that kind of still feels like Monster Hunter. That it's gonna continue to move to like an easier, less challenging kind of realm. And I really hope I'm wrong, because I'm really enjoying the game. I really hope there's a lot more content on the way. I'd love to get G rank as like DLC later on.
Oh, you know that's coming.
But I don't know, and I feel like a boomer for just even talking like this. But it just seems like the quality of life stuff is great. Not having to bring hot drinks, not having to bring cool drinks, not having to use paintballs. It's all fine. But we said this on the show too. I miss it to a degree. It added it's kind of gatekeeping, like we were talking about with the demo, but it added this level of like, okay, I've played this game for like 100 hours. I know what I'm doing, and I have to bring all this gear to be ready for the hunt. As opposed to now, like anyone can jump in, and that's great. But, there's a part of me that kind of misses the complexity.
Which is one reason why I haven't gotten into it, because, people like the only people I have to play with are people like you guys, and you guys are so into it that I don't think I'd be able to enjoy it as a casual.
Oh, that's not true.
We have brought many people. We have brought many people in, but no, you did. At least you did need a lot of hand-holding to get into the game. I don't think it's as true now. I think you could probably jump into this one and feel really comfortable and know what you're doing in about 5 hours, as opposed to like old school Monster Hunter, where I always used to say it's like a 60-hour journey to like understanding the game. Right. So. Steve, I'm sorry. I know I ate up most of that timer.
No, I really didn't have much else to add. I said pretty much everything I wanted to on the other podcast. But that being said, of the 40 hours I put into it this week, 35 were by Monday when I went back to work on Tuesday.
Yeah.
And then the other 5 was me finding that.
Not me. As soon as work lets out, I'm on it until I go to bed. Everything I said, I know I was critical. I like to be critical of games. You guys know that about me. I love this game. This is a 10 out of 10 game for me. Don't let what I've said today influence that. Go and listen to the other show that we've done. We talk about this for 47 minutes.
We've got hundreds of hours left in this game.
But yeah, no,
we're getting a content update in April. They said the first part of April. Today's April 1st.
Yep.
We're getting a content update that's supposed to add at least 2 monsters and a few. I think they're gonna
the level cap
the
will get
HR
slashed.
cap at that.
So I'm working on grinding out.
So Monster Hunter does the free updates for their DLC too, right?
Yeah, Monster Hunter basically does like years of free.
That's
free
really
DLC,
cool.
which is
there
cool.
is a deluxe edition which gives you a few extra items. I don't know that it's worth it.
Yeah,
just get the regular.
I picked up a couple of the items because you can get like Zelda ears, so it's like that's neat. But yeah, no, it's dealer's choice really. It's all cosmetic.
It's cosmetic.
Okay, I am forcing us to turn the table on Monster Hunter because we have to talk about the question block.
I'm sure you'll talk about it more next week.
Yeah, and every week for the next year.
And the week after that.
Those of you who listened to the show before know that the question block is the end part of the show when we answer your questions. You can ask us a question by going to our Infendo Discord channel, which you can find at infendo.com. We have 2 questions tonight, unless I'm mistaken, and I see both of them in front of me because Steve is a very good boy. Question number 1 comes from Slacker No Money, $, who asks, what is something, doesn't have to be game related, that you can't help but throw away money at because you love it?
Oh boy.
Eugene, do you have an answer?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah, shiny Pokemon is my answer. I spend far too much money on that stupid Pokemon Go game. I'm scared for what Niantic has in store for Pikmin Go. But like when I think about it, I'm basically spending money for shiny Pokemon. Like that's literally what I'm spending money on. But I don't care. That's like the thing that I like. It's fun. That's what I want to do.
I wouldn't say I throw money away at it, but if you've watched my background, you'll know that I have a penchant for things from Etsy that look neat and look like video game things, like swords and shields and stuff. So that's a big part of my life, and the mobile games occasionally get me. I played Arc Knights for like a month, and they definitely got a couple of bucks from me back when I was on that train. So yeah, it's easy to get lost when you're playing like a game that has like pay to advance kind of stuff, because it's like, oh, it's just $1, but then before you know it, you've thrown like $10 at it. And,
So I still have an amiibo problem, and it's gotten worse. It's bad enough that I buy the figurines still, but now that I found the amiibo cards on Etsy, I now have to have the card and the figure. So I think my answer has to be amiibo.
So
Very
I still have an amiibo problem.
Boy.
I just got in the mail yesterday my Banjo and Kazooie amiibo.
Oh,
Nice.
nice. Actually,
I ordered one off of Amazon and said, "Ooh, I managed to get one. I wonder if I can get another one." So I have two.
You do that. You get things and then you buy more things because I think you could like sell them back for like a profit.
I just like having the
So-
unopened, and I'm not normally like that, but for certain things, I want to have that
Just-
Like,
unopened,
when the
untainted.
when the NES Mini came out, weren't you the guy who got like two? Didn't you have like one and then like or you had like two
Or three.
unopened or something?
I did get two because I wanted to hack it, and I didn't want to hack it to and not be able to use it. Sorry, my recording stopped, so we're gonna have to fall back on
It's fine.
the Zoom for the rest of the show.
So Justin, I get where you're coming from. I have unopened in my office a
I-
shovel. Go ahead.
Can't we just start up another recording and then just fix that way? Isn't that a thing we can do? Should we
I
just do
mean,
that?
we can if you want.
Let's just do that.
Eugene, would you like to sync again? I don't know if I can.
Recover
let me
the last
let
project.
me
Hi everybody, welcome to Behind the Scenes.
stop, export, just to make sure I don't lose it.
yeah, good idea.
I mean, we might as well, right?
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do have a thought to finish once we start up again.
All
And
right.
we'll go.
Have fun editing this show.
That's what I was
My-
saying.
my
before
wife brought me a
everything
chocolate
crashed
taco.
on me. All right, 30 seconds remaining. Well, actually, it's going faster than that. 20
Of
seconds
the final
remaining.
day.
Of the final day.
Well, we're saving our audio and doing it again now. Da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da. It's the end of the show, so I don't remember what the song
Dude.
sounded like at the beginning.
This is like a
Of the
waffle bowl taco.
But that's
shell.
okay
Oh, yeah.
because we have a good flow.
Steve's eating a Choco Taco. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Okay,
I heard taco,
exported-
but I didn't hear Choco. Now I'm
Right,
jealous. I want a Choco
Okay, so
tonight.
apparently, what happened was at some point, I think I might have a bad USB cable because at some point the
Oh, the
Yeah,
cake-
you
Snowball
cut
just
out.
kind of-
You cut out. and it
I
was right
did
when you
notice
said
that.
The recording cut out.
Yeah,
Yep.
I did notice that.
So I'm back on the blue snowball. I am recording again. Do we want to sync for the last few minutes?
That's okay. Just start talking. I'll figure it out.
Okay, there's your clap. 7 seconds. All right, so I have two Banjo Kazooie amiibo. They're probably the last amiibo I'm going to buy. Oh, I also got the Cat Mario and the Cat Peach amiibo. So yeah, I'm still like, if they release new ones that I like, I'll definitely buy them.
Yeah.
But obviously, they're not coming out every week like they used to.
Thank God.
But yeah, I definitely do still have an amiibo problem, and the biggest problem is that I buy them and I have no use for them other than sitting on a shelf.
That's why I stopped buying them, honestly, because it's like I like them. I think they're really cool. I have a bunch of them, but like I don't really do anything with them. You know, they just sit there
So-
and look pretty.
So in my office, I have a full set of unopened Shovel Knight amiibo
So do
and
I.
an unopened copy of the physical version of Shovel Knight because I haven't bought enough copies of that game.
I don't have that. But I do have I have an original Shovel Knight amiibo. I have a gold Shovel Knight amiibo still in the package.
Which is the same amiibo.
I have, which is why it's still in the package.
Right.
I have the
Lucas's face right now.
the 3 knights. Did
Yeah.
I freeze again?
No,
No,
we're
you're good.
just enjoying
Lucas is-
this.
Lucas is annoyed because you and I have a problem.
It's just
Okay.
hard. It's just hard watching people you love fall into these pits of despair.
I think the same could be said for everybody in this room. We all have our useless crap that we've spent money on.
And admitting that we have a problem is the first step.
No, I'm not going to heal.
So-
Before it was this, it was Blu-rays for me. So, you know.
So, Slacker, to answer your question, yes, we have things that we waste our money on.
Oh, and by the way, I just bought a 1 terabyte micro SD card for my
Good man.
Switch, so that's
God.
another.
Hey,
So
mine's
yes,
It was
half-
on
mine's
sale on
halfway full.
Amazon.
we do all have things that we spend our money on.
Eugene, mine is halfway full.
NOL asks, feel free to ignore this, but is a hot dog a sandwich? And if not, what defines a sandwich? Guys, I have had debates about this at work.
We've had debates about this on the show.
I
I'm
have
glad you brought it back, or she.
passionate feelings about this. Yes, a hot dog is a sandwich. Every major food product is either one of two things. I've said this before. I stand by it. This is my
It is
religion.
a sandwich or a soup.
It is a sandwich or a soup.
All right.
Cereal
Rapid
is a
fire.
soup.
Rapid fire.
Chocolate
Sushi.
taco.
Oh, dear
Sushi.
God.
Sandwich.
taco.
Graham crackers.
Sandwich. Graham crackers, soup.
Teddy Grahams.
Soup.
Okay.
Hey,
It's solid bits made together into a solid. It's a soup.
Okay. All right. I'm not following. Croutons.
Sandwich.
okay, you're naming ingredients, though, not like actual meals.
It doesn't have to be a meal.
Okay.
It's food.
Lucas, chili verde.
Chili verde soup. Easy.
Waffles.
Sandwich.
I want to debate him, but I cannot come up with a logical enough debate either to
And this is how
support
he
his
won last
argument
time.
or dispute his argument. It's just
This is how he won last time.
I will say that a hot dog is a sandwich. It is.
It
I
absolutely is a
will
sandwich.
second
It is
that.
meat
It is
sandwiched
meat
in between two buns.
Yeah.
In between two pieces of bread or one single. I mean,
Ooh.
if a wrap can be a sandwich, so can a hot dog.
I can't.
Anything that is in between two other things is a sandwich.
So
Now,
an
wait a
Oreo is a
second.
sandwich.
Yeah,
It
an
is.
Oreo is
Oh,
Oh,
absolutely.
Oreo is
Cookie.
definitely a sandwich.
Okay.
It is,
But the
literally
cream in the
called a
middle
sandwich.
is a soup. Good night, everybody.
I don't know. I can't.
All right. Well, all of my co-hosts are struggling to breathe. We're gonna call it, guys. Thank you so much for listening. We'll be back next
boy.
week with another
Peace.
beautiful episode of this beautiful show that we hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Bye bye.
See you real soon.
Oh, God.
Enjoy your soup.
Enjoy your soup.